Time for some Wedmore wisdom here. There's the little picture. It says, when you realize what's happening in your life is a result of what's happening in your mind. Where's the camera here? I want to get that clear. There it is. When you realize what's happening in your life is a result of what's happening in your mind. All right, little Wedmore wisdom from Business by Design. He says, 8 years ago, I learned one principle that has completely transformed my life and my business. As within, so without. The idea is simple. The world around you, the people, the events, the experiences, is a direct reflection of your inner world, how you think and how you feel moment to moment. In short, your life is a mirror. However, most people never understand the principle, and as a result, they live backwards. They think the effects of their lives are the cause of how they feel, when how they feel is the cause of the effects. However, when you realize that what is happening in your life is a result of what is already happening in your mind, you discover that you have the power to completely transform your life simply by changing what is happening in your mind. And that's totally true as actors too. And I'll just relate it, something real simple is pre-audition, especially in the times of live audition, the chatter that's going in your head sets up your nerves. If you walk in and you're thinking, oh my God, how's this going to go? Are they going to like me? I hope I don't drop a line. I hope I don't fuck this up. Like, then what do you think is going to happen? You're probably going to go in there. You're probably going to be jittery, jumpy, not going to have a great first impression. When you do forget that line that you were psyching yourself out about, that you were thinking you were going to forget, then there's going to be a chain reaction there, and then the whole thing's going to fall apart. Versus if you go in thinking, hey, I'm well prepared. This is going to be great. This is my opportunity to shine. I'm casting solution to their problem of needing someone to fill this role. I'm going to go out there and play and perform and have a fun time and change the molecules in the room. And it's going to be a great experience. If you walk in with that thought in your mind, chances are it's going to be a great time. So I can't underestimate that. Like, that's just the nature of the universe, is that how we feel and what you're thinking in your mind. Like, if you like, another example is if you just walk out in the world. Imagine you walked out in the world and you were like, I'm going to look for all the problems and all the people that might hurt me and deceive me and trick me and threaten me. And then you just walk around the world thinking, oh my, he's a threat, she's a threat, that's a threat, this is a threat. Versus when you go out and you think to yourself, you know what, I'm going to go out and look for all the beautiful, heartwarming, positive things, and I'm going to look for all the fun things and all the things that light me up, and I'm going to look specifically for joy and happiness and peace in the world. And we can all choose that on a daily basis. It's like we're fed the news and we're fed all this negative shit, but every day there's amazing, incredible, happy, joyful, beautiful things happening too. But it's, what are you looking for, and what's your what are your inner thoughts? Controls a lot of that shit. So yeah, just be mindful of what you're looking for, and really is that it's a mirror. What is happening inside is what you see outside, and a lot of people think it's the other way around. And when you take control of your thoughts,
that's point, Lars.
What's that?
And how do you get to that point? You get to that point by preparing so well, by doing it 250 ways, especially
as an actor. Yeah. Yeah, and it's the preparation as well, but it's also working on your mindset, surrounding yourself with positive people, surrounding yourself with positive things. What you're feeding your mind and your thoughts is going to determine what's coming out. It's like that. You've heard the saying, garbage in, garbage out. If you're feeding yourself negative shit all day on social media and you're watching Fox News and CNN News and it's just catastrophe. Remember that all those news outlets, what their job is to sell advertising, and bad news gets eyeballs more than good news. So the reason they're showing you all that shit is not because that's the reality of the world. It's because negative headlines turn heads and get clicks far more. Unfortunately, our lizard brains default to negative threats versus defaulting to all the beauty and incredible things that are happening in the world every day. So just take control of that. Listen to positive podcasts, and we're kind of preaching to the choir, because chances are, if you're watching and listening to this right now, likely you are a positive person who sees the light in the world. And as an artist, I think most artists are that type of person, where they see creative things and they see fun things, and they want to make the world a better place. So,
but partially because of that, like there are moments, especially as artists, where we feel down about what we're doing, and like it's never working out, and like sometimes reevaluating that and coming back to either like a saying or something something along those lines. A saying that I've really connected to recently is, every day in every way I'm getting better, because I'm actively working at it. And sometimes I forget that, but the more I remind myself every day in every way I am getting better, like it's that old fable of the tortoise and the hare, right? Like it's not how quickly you get to the finish line. Like there is no finish line.
Right.
Like you're on a slow journey, and slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be. And the more you understand that, and the more you are able to forgive yourself, and I think that's really where it really lies. Forgive yourself. Like you're not on a timeline. Like you're human. You make mistakes, right? Like, and the more we embrace that and the more we understand that, the better we're going to feel when something doesn't exactly go our way. Especially in the casting process, we don't have control over a lot of things, but what we do have control over is something that you need to focus on, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, we have control of ourselves and our own preparation. And I do think it's like what you're talking about is the process and the journey versus enjoying the journey versus the destination. It's like anything in life, you should be loving the game versus only love it. Like if you play a sport and you only love it when you win, chances are you're going to spend half your career not enjoying yourself, which is not how you want to be. Like, and in every sport, like the famous example is baseball players make the Hall of Fame if they're getting a hit 3 times out of 10. And they're batting 300, and that's a Hall of Fame career. But that means most of the time they're not getting a hit. And if they went into a deep depression every season because of that, that would be sad and not good. But the flip side is, I think it's finding there's a weird dichotomy of, and this is guidepost 5, opposites. It's yes, enjoy the long journey, but also I think something that we have to recognize as humans is it's not always we have to have a certain level of urgency, because you don't know how long that journey is going to be. That journey could end tomorrow for any one of us. So, and the other thing is massive opportunities happen, as Tom Todorov would say, when the right actor meets the right role, boom, you're off to the races. So any given, like your next audition could be the one that massively changes your life as well. So these huge things do come along where you just pop, but that doesn't happen without the groundwork of preparation and knowing, like, so it's like be in it for the long haul and be happy about the long haul, but also have a certain level of urgency of like, hey, I want to really work on this stuff, and I really want to make things happen, and having the mindset of, am I doing all the things that I could be doing to move myself forward and to grow and learn and develop? But with the, as you mentioned, Brandon, with the forgiveness of like, okay, there's no such thing as being perfect, and our energy level and rises and falls, and our stress rises and falls, and we've got stuff happen in our families, and you might have things happening with your health and all kinds of things. So and as an actor, there's a million reasons, as you mentioned, that you could have an amazing performance and you don't book the role, and it's got nothing to do with you. So just trusting that you're doing your best, and that it's going to keep happening for you. And also making acting not the only thing in your life, I think is big. it's easy to get like hyper focused where it's the only thing that matters, but you got to do other things and smell the roses, go
Yeah.
for a walk on the beach, go for some hikes, take some classes that aren't related to acting. And then the brilliant thing is anything you do has the potential to inform your acting life, even if it's like a crochet class. And then all of a sudden you're in a scene in a movie where you get to crochet your own thing, and there you go. Or you never use it in the movie and you're just like, you're on.
I
You just,
find this very
I
relaxing,
just
and
like
it helps me
crochet.
de-stress. Like, why not?
Yeah. So, do you have another card from Wedmore there?
I do.
And actually, before you show it too, a lot of these, James is talking. His audience and his students are business owners, primarily online digital businesses. But all of this applies. So just substitute anytime you hear business owner or entrepreneur, just substitute that for, in your case, for actor, artist, comedian, because ultimately you're freelancer. So you are an entrepreneur and you are your business owner, even if it's not a formal business. So that's why we want to share James and his wisdom. I can't say enough. He's helped me build this community and build the business, especially the things online. But he's got all the tactical and the strategy on how to set up a business. But what's incredible about James is he pairs that with all this mindset work, which is arguably more important than tactics and strategy and what's the new social media hack. Like if your mind's fucked up, the latest TikTok hack's not going to fix your life or fix your business or fix your career. So it's start here first. So hit that card here. Hit us with some more Wedmore wisdom.
Grateful AF.
Grateful AF.
Yeah.
As
I love
fuck,
the art
I
on these
believe.
cards.
Yeah,
The
it's great.
art on these cards is really fun.
Yeah, I wonder if I'll have to ask him. I wonder if he drew them himself.
do you really think he drew them
I don't know.
himself?
I think he likes to doodle and yeah, maybe he did. I don't know.
I like that.
I don't know. I'll ask. I'll have to ask him. Yeah.
Um,
Grateful as fuck. Read that for us.
Can you imagine if we searched for blessings in life the way we search to label anything that doesn't go according to plan as bad and let it ruin our whole day? I can tell you one thing. We should be a heck of a lot happier, inspired, and so fulfilled. The reality of the situation is life is full of things to be grateful for. It's a choice of whether you choose to see them or not. What will you choose today?
Huh? What will you choose today? Yeah, I mean I think that starts the biggest thing is literally like if you're watching and hearing our voice right now, what does that mean? It means you're fucking alive, which is a big deal. It
Yeah.
means you woke up today. Not only are you alive, but you're alive in 2023 and you're probably connecting over the internet, which means you have electricity, you have internet, you probably have a roof over your head. If you have a roof, that probably means you also have food and running water. And all that stuff is not things that we should take for granted, like that in and of itself. Like
Yeah.
I've been working on that. One of the things that really frustrates me is waking up. Like I kind of wish like if there was like some kind of pill that was healthy to do it and it didn't fuck you up. There's certain times where I'm like, you're in a groove and you're in a roll, and it's like I don't want to go to bed because every time I wake up, it's like you wake up in the morning, you're groggy, like I feel like waking up is like that's as close to death as we can be, is just that groggy waking up. And most people, like I don't generally wake up hearing birds and beautiful music and all this stuff. It's like you kind of wake up and you're like, oh my, this hurts and that hurts. Oh, what do I got to do today? So I've been really working on that gratitude right from the get-go. And I saw I think it was probably an Instagram reel the other day, and it was just like, you woke up. Like that in and of itself is a huge deal. So start with that. So starting with gratitude, and just saying, I think there's a guy, personal growth and development, one of the godfathers, Wayne Dyer, says he wakes up, puts his feet on the floor to ground himself, and then just says, thank you, thank you, thank you. just to the universe or your creator or whatever it is you believe in. But just
Mhm.
thank you that you're even here is a big deal.